So, hello, nice to see you
Hello.
all again.
Hello, guys.
Welcome to our 5th episode of AI News. I'm happy to be here and pleasure to be here with you.
Likewise.
Thank you.
I think we wait a minute to see that all can join us. So, bum. The room is filling. Wait. Yes, today I think we talk about. I need to close the window. It's raining. 1 second.
Joining the
Not
stream.
everything is AI. Hey?
Exactly.
Luckily.
So that's the proof it's live. So, okay. So yeah, if you are now in Germany, you would see the rain also coming down. Hopefully it's you have better weather on your side.
Well, it's coming here in Italy too, and I'm next to Austria, so probably it's coming from your way towards my direction.
I send it over. So, yeah, no problem. Great. So yes, our 5th episode. If anybody of you who looks, who takes part of that, wants to ask questions, let us know your thoughts or something else, just use the chat. Happy to see you there. And yeah, I would think we start today. We have focusing on video and some sort of. There were some new developments we take a look on, and yeah, some other topics. I would like to start with Kling AI. Perhaps you have heard it already. So Kling AI is I think a Chinese version of Sora, such a text to video, also like Runway or others who has built some sort of. Kling AI is now available in public, also in Europe and other countries. So that was the time to play around with it, and it's interesting to take a look on it, because I have 2 examples here, and in my eyes it shows what video creation with AI can do today. Perhaps we see better results tomorrow, but we also see the limitations. The first generated video I've done is Terminator riding on a horse trying to catch a cat. So if I play this, we can see man. I don't think it's Terminator, but a man riding on a horse. Also, the man riding on the horse looks good. So the horse has few blurry things, etc. And you can see that something which Stable Diffusion can build easily. Interesting is the cat which is in front of it, because it's some sort of cat combined with a horse in my eyes. So perhaps the training data has some 2 horses riding behind and has information about that, and now just tries to put that on a cat on that horse or something like that. And I think that's also explains a little bit the Stable Diffusion process. It's just trying to overlay things it knows and combine things similar way also large language models do it. So they know the words and they combine them in some way. And that sounds something we can see here. I think with more training data and more input, there could be better results. But at the moment, it's yeah, it's okay, and it's just a first try here.
Mm.
I've done a second video, which also gets in that direction. It is the prompt is Pixar style Star Wars Jedi like Yoda is waving lightsaber and jumping. So some cool stuff here. The result is a little bit annoying. So yeah, I think Kling knows what the Jedi is. Perhaps, don't know.
Yeah.
It knows what the lightsaber is, but yeah, here there's no training data or no knowledge about the topics, and yeah, that's the result at the end. So if there's nothing behind it, it seems just to generate an image and just animate it like we have seen it before in some other AI generation models here. So yeah, that's something which is really interesting. So they try to adopt things they know, and yeah, if they don't have seen the Star Wars film, and I think it's copyrighted. So,
but I would say copyright. But for the Terminator case, it did a pretty good job. Like, at least you can tell that it knows what Terminator is, right? So I don't think it's copyright. It's weird. Maybe they just got personal with Star Wars or something like that.
but also, if he knows what Terminator is, he didn't have video material of it. I think if it has really teached with the Terminator films, yeah, that would look a little bit different here.
Probably. They surely know also what a cat is. So
yes. So, and yeah, it's Kling. It's not Zora, but I can assume that similar problems would appear there also. We have seen some examples there which were similar in some sort of, and yeah, it's to show a car driving or show some puppies playing in the snow. I think there's enough video content, video things where they trained on to make good copy of that. But yeah, that would be more complex. How as to more is missing on material at that end. But yeah, it was the same in the image generation AI part, and yeah, the models are pretty good at some point today, and yeah, I think we will see some development, evolution of video AIs also, and I can imagine to do great things with them.
Yeah, definitely, and they are playing this game so fast that sooner or later they will be so close to each other, and yeah, maybe even learning from each other's perspectives. Same with runways, right? We not sure if you guys were able to check the runways Gen 3 Alpha. They literally say a new frontier for video generation, like they believe in that. So when it comes to runway, we have seen these videos that Michael is showing right now. They are pretty insane. They just get an image from Midjourney. Yeah. Yeah. The result is really impressive and ambitious, right? So it's a tool that offers innovative features like multi-motion brushes and camera control. It still might be in the first baby steps for some users. Interface appears really user-friendly. The quality of outputs can change depending on the complexity of the task, but this is with every tool, right? It's a very promising tool for creatives, but some refinement and clarity in user guidance could really enhance the practical application. But by just looking at this video, the first thing that I think, right, growing up in the 90s, I remember hip hop music videos that costed $10 million just because they would fly a helicopter chasing a yacht on the beach. But now a kid with just a green screen and such a tool can do that job, and well, money saved, right? So, and the result, no difference. It might be even looking better like this than being really recorded from a helicopter. So really, really good. What do you guys think about this one?
Well, I must say you definitely have a lot more control from image to video than from prompt or text to video. Text to video can give you such a random output, especially now in the beginning stages, that there's very little control over it. So this tool, I see a lot more application for it, especially also from a designing point of view, or if you just want to bring something to life and animate specifically like a product, or something that you have in mind how it needs to look. So 99% of outputs would be wrong on on Kling, where this really is a handy.
Yeah, and we can, and also it's Gen 3 now. We have seen Gen 2 before, and it was just like zooming in into an image or zooming out on an image or just a little bit movement. I'm impressed about the real motion in that generated videos. I'll be interested in seeing some examples where not a car is driving or not a dog is in it. The same things I said before. What is if I make a video of a starship or some starship in the ocean or something like that? What is the result at the end? Is it also in that motion, or is there also a fallback like in a Kling AI where we don't then only see some sort of zooming? So what does it do if it's not explicit know what to do? And so you can also upload the image here. So it's if you like, you can try it here also. But yeah, it's really impressive. But it's also the next step. Gen 3 you can't try for free, so now you have to pay. So yeah, you see there are so much solutions later, Sora, Kling, what name it, and later you need to find out the tool. Again, it's a tool. you need to handle it, and you need to choose the best for your use case, and you can't use it like ChatGPT in free on every way and so on. Perhaps ChatGPT will implement Sora, but I can't imagine that all that computing requirements, computing costs which are behind such a video generation will be free in some sort. Perhaps there's a ChatGPT plus video or something for 50 euros, or I don't know what they are building at the end. But yeah, there is coming more and more the payment, what's fully fine and makes sense at that point. It's a business for them.
Sure.
Makes a lot of sense. And as Eugene said, you're saving a lot of money, compared to actually shooting the car driving. So it could make sense if the output is consistently good, and if the training data as well as the technology behind it gives you an output like you want, then then it's more a saving of money in that way.
Yeah. Okay. So looking for some real world cases.
Yes. We usually, when we present any model, we kind of ask, so how can you imagine this being applied? How could this be used? And then usually we come up with like maybe marketing, maybe maybe in some way. But recently I stumbled upon this, looking for just a video for the daughter, and I just thought, well, like first taking the time to consistently do an output here. If you check here, so there's a couple of videos. They're all sort of
Discover dozens.
But they're all consistently sort of in the like fairy tale-ish children animation with like, you know, melodic harmonic music underneath it, called Yuna's Worlds Away. And especially the fairy, you know, fairy animations seem to be working really well, with one of them being posted, I think 4 months ago, and having reached 850,000 clicks or views.
Yeah.
And the others are all in the, like, you know, a few thousands, 400,000. So this is definitely having an audience, and it's quite impressive. It's basically a looping of different little images, like, you know, from tools that we've presented before, like sort of 3 to 5 second snippets. But it's done well, and the music is nice, and it seems to have viewers.
Yeah, it showcases what's possible today with such solutions. And yeah, I also can imagine that this some sort of created video material can be used in advertising or something else. But yeah, for these animation style, and you see it's what I'm meaning with the first versions of Runway and so on. They are just doing some sort of movement in a really small part. Would be interested in seeing that in Runway version 3. So but yeah, it has an audience, and someone has make a great job putting that together, building that, and I think there are hours of work in such a project, or days or
absolutely
weeks, that, because
absolutely. I do think it's learning the tool and learning what works really well, and someone that has a good imagination and is anywhere interested in this, which I assume the maker is. I don't know anything about her or him, but you know, she or he figured out that this tool, whatever she used, is really good at producing this, and, you know, gain the ability to get some consistent output, and trained the model also, because you could consistently see the same, you know, Alvaria sort of branded name appearing on all the shop fronts and on like little details. So yeah, it's again, you know, like based on what a model is really good at, which we spoke about earlier. Someone's found something.
Yeah, but
That's
I
true.
think the most work here is done in the image generation section. So in Midjourney, I think it seems to look. So in my eyes, that are Midjourney images. I don't think you can do that with some other type of toolish here. But yeah, and you need really much time to get that consistency. You need to generate millions of images to get that out, what you later use for video generation, and then you need to generate hundreds of videos to get one one good result here. But yeah, it's a great way to build such a word.
Definitely not a beginner, right? Like what's that saying that says, when the student is ready, the master appears? So when the student is ready, the tool somehow appears. Before, they were looking for such a tool that allows this, and as soon as AI makes that possible, they just know what to do with it. Of course, they need to get better, but as Katja said, their imagination was already there beforehand. So
yeah, it's what she says in the description, or that basically AI now gives him or her a tool to like let out what's in her imagination.
There you go.
Yeah. So take a look on Yuna's World Away. So
not a partnership, just spontaneous.
So Yuna, if you're looking this, hi,
shout out.
Great job. So next. So we have some news from different news, but some news also from Meta in the section videos, segmenting and analyzing here. SAM2 it's the model which detects elements in a video. You can see it in that small example here, where exactly this is followed from the tooling here. You see it here in different examples where you can see what's possible to do with it, and the thing, it's an open source model again, and that's what makes it really great. So it is accurate, and it can follow things also if they are getting hidden in the meanwhile. And that's something which is really great. So in that example, if you see the child here running around, it disappears, but it gets catched from the technology also on the other side. So yeah, you can imagine there are much things you can do with it. Is it just storage packing or something like that, or just also video editing, replacing things, or something else? It's really impressive. Some limitations it has. So if much objects are really similar, you see that horse here, it disappears here behind, but then it appears in the middle of the crowd again. So yeah, it's not perfect, but I think humans are also not. But it comes closer to what a human can assume with such a motion. There are some possibilities to try that. There's a little video you can select. Let me get back here. So you have a little tooling from Meta, and you can now just select objects like the ball here, or if you want to follow that food here as example, you can select them and remove the other parts. I think that should work. So let's see if that also works. So and then you can try it. So, and you see that the objects are tracked, and you can then also do some sort of here next, some sort of replacement, or erasing some sort of you can also erase the background and just show here, show the parts which are in the front. And that's just this tooling, and see, it shows what the solution or the model can do. But yeah, it's really interesting, and if you think about it, there are really much things you can imagine to use some sort of video following, etc. And it's as far as I know, it's really fast at that point. So that's also one thing.
Really insane. Still, we don't know what the main use cases there are. Probably for video editing, etc. But yeah, really
but if you think at such things like if you are doing baking a cake, and it could say you what you now need, because it can see, and it also can say where it is, or it is some sort of technique which is also used in that AI thing from OpenAI, where they show, oh, what's in my room, and can you show me where my clock is, or where my sunglasses are, or something like that. So if you put cameras in all of your rooms, it can say where your keys are. I don't know if you want cameras in all in your rooms, but that's up to you. But yeah,
I think at some point will not make much difference, because all the devices, etc., they kind of yeah.
That's right. So okay, next let's
it's a great hook. Speaking about omnipresent device, we are going to talk about Friend. As an introduction as to what it is, maybe let's just watch this video that was shared on Twitter, and then we'll talk about it.
Gosh, I'm out of breath. We made it. I don't know how to woo very good. That's fair. All right, let's go.
Let me show you how to game, bro, okay?
Come on. Come on. Oh, let's go.
Are you serious? Come on, man. I hate this game.
Take notes, baby. Oh man, you guys suck, bro. You look like the back.
Let's go. Let's go. Dude, what? How did you do?
Yeah, maybe we're cutting it short here.
I know the effects are
Maybe this
crazy.
is
It's dank. I could eat one of these every day. Sorry, I got you messy.
It's really nice up here. How'd you find this place?
I don't know. I just kind of like to come up here to be by myself. I've never known anybody else. I mean, besides her.
She goes everywhere with you, right?
Mhm.
Guess I must be doing something right then.
I guess so. We'll see.
Okay. Weird. The end of it, I did not see that before, but yeah. Black Mirror episode.
She almost reached for a friend, but then decided against it and considered the other person next to her.
Yeah, and the cross behind was spirituality. What are we doing there? Oh my God, whatever.
Oh, I did not even see that. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, well, I look at details too much, maybe, but yeah.
Yeah, but regardless, we're basically talking about a little device that you can choose to have around always friend. If you go to their blog page, the subtitle or subline there is very, very small, but very distinctly saying "not imaginary," which we thought was good.
That is true.
Yeah, so the maker that's here in the picture, he says in that little like blog post, and it's very, very simple. The whole website doesn't have much content. It's just very straightforward. But he says, "Friend is an expression of how lonely I felt." So we know like that's sort of where it, must have come from in a post-COVID, society. Maybe not so much of a surprise. The way that they explain it works is that if you choose to talk to your friend, it always listens. So it's always got its ears on. If you choose to talk to your friend, then you press this button and you say something to your friend, and then it replies with a message which you then have to check on yourself. Yeah, I thought it was very interesting. I had a discussion yesterday actually with my husband about it, and he said he just pointed out a point that I hadn't really thought about. He's like, well, a world where we have a lot of psychological problems and maybe negative self-talk, how useful it could be to have like a sort of hands-on psychiatrist / friend that sort of redirects your thoughts or kind of gives you a different perspective at times where maybe you don't have anybody else around, even though I do think, that we are social animals and like we can't really underestimate how important it is for us to converse with actual people, try to share our thoughts with other actual humans. So, but yeah, it would be interesting to have a chat about it to maybe Andrew Huberman and from more of a neuroscience perspective, tools actually do on a more sociological or psychological level.
Yeah. So sounds interesting. So my first thoughts were, what the hell is that? But yeah, if you think about it and see that it could perhaps help people in their environment and in their life to have some feedback, to have some discussion. Don't know why, and as long as it helps, it's a good idea, and it shows what Katja, you said before. There will be more and more devices which were on all the day, which listens to you, which gets the context, and all these technologies goes to that point. Also, OpenAI with their technology in this assistant way style. Yeah, we need to see what use cases are coming up, and at the end that technology should help us, and it's a nice idea. I'm not sure that works like it is thought, but that's in other ways also. But yeah, we see if we see that sometimes in the live world outside there. Don't know.
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe there should be like sorry, I just thought of, like if you're all about a question, like with any technology, learning how to differentiate, learning how to use something so it's beneficial. And like there should maybe be like a crash course, or like everybody should watch the movie Her before buying a device or being able to purchase one, something like that.
This one doesn't have audio yet, right? Like,
no, as far as
No, it doesn't. No, you have to check your phone.
Yeah, that's also break. I don't see what makes sense at the moment, because yeah, I need my device to get out the yeah, but it's a nice idea at the end.
sure, better having it than not having it at all. Like, it's just one more tool, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay, friends, we are now at the end of that episode. It was a pleasure again, and we have taken a look in great technologies again, and yeah, looking forward to our next AI news. Thank you very much.
See you next.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks for
Thank
joining.
you.
Bye.
Bye bye.